I don't know why. I just literally ended a video about spiritual psychosis and spiritual journey, and I was thinking about like one of my Ring cameras I didn't turn off or close the cover or whatever, and I'm like, well, if people heard that, they heard that, because I truly don't know where these people are watching me from. I've done whatever I can to protect my home, and it's like, it's so interesting because they never repeat any of the things that I say in a positive light. And it's weird to me that it's things are said more in a negative way to, I don't know, poke fun, get a rise out of me. I honestly don't know the intent, and I don't think I need to know. I really don't think I need to know. But I just find it incredibly fascinating. I'm going to take the spiritual whatever out of it and all the growth and all that shit that I've been going through, right? And look at the other side of it. My hope is that somebody can learn something from things that I've gone through. And, you know, not that I'm like this magic pen. What is that magic pen? I don't know. We'll just go with, I'm not a magic pen. Okay. Or maybe I am a magic pen. All of a sudden I got the image of disappearing ink and a pen that is, disappearing ink and a pen. It reminds me of that, like the ink that you would see with a black light, or it's only illuminated by a black light, which is really interesting because my brother and I used to play with that. And then I'm getting some really weird thoughts and vibes, and I'm gonna take a minute. I don't know, the energy really shifted really quickly and really weirdly. So I'm gonna do my best to stay on task with this one. Maybe individually these people take it in a positive way, and I'm not in my house spewing this information just to get to twist somebody's arm or fate or whatever. I truly am processing a lot myself and am being called to video it, like I was called to document early on during my awakening. That's why there's all this written stuff I have yet to even go back and look at. And we're talking from August, September of 24, which these people have been in my phone. They probably know more about it than I do at this point, or heard about it on the Ring camera. I don't know. But just like the Matrix, because you can't prove it doesn't mean it's there. And what proof I have, do you think I would? Not gonna say that out loud. Anyways, it just was the realization that they don't use it in a positive light, and that's okay. That's their journey. But to have a group of people so collectively set against harming me is something I never ever in my wildest dreams truly thought would happen. Is there are no words. There really aren't. Anyways, yeah, I just went through like a whole bunch of different emotions, and now I'm just really drained. Maybe I'm supposed to be the light. Okay. Well, great. Great. See, this is me like unraveling. This is how it happens. Me truly trying to understand rather than be understood. What is that? Hold on. Okay, I had to put on the glasses. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. And a pop-up just came up. The rest of it, it always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. Is that, because it says anonymous, but I thought that was from the Bible, which the Bible I don't know very well at all. And this song is so good. Love never fails. Yeah, love never fails. Love is the answer, man. Love is the answer. I don't have room in my heart for hate. I really don't. I hurt, but I will never hate you. I might think you're a cunt or a bitch at times, but I will never hate you. I can dislike your behavior, but I will never hate you. I think I hated myself the most out of even the people who abused me. I don't hate them. I fell in love with, this is past. I fell in love with one of them. Somebody who raped me. I fell in love with them. I mean, if we can go down that psychological rabbit hole, but they twice raped me. The first time wow, this is really, okay, we're going here. The first time it happened, you know, because of my trauma, playing hard to get or saying no, but meaning yes. It's like, I was very conflicted. I was married. Okay. I was married and, was attracted to somebody else. And, even though I was saying no, it still proceeded, right? Because I really didn't want to cheat on, I didn't want to cheat on my wife. I truly did not. But my healing journey had other plans, because ultimately this person who did this act at the time, I didn't realize it was rape, or it didn't register, right? It didn't really register because I was attracted to this person. I wanted it. I did. I truly did, but I didn't want to cheat on my wife. So, I mean, the flirting, like, I was okay with, you know, even though it was a huge disservice to my wife. But that's a whole trauma response issue that I didn't know. I was repeating out trauma. I didn't know that until I became aware of it through healing with my trauma therapist. So anyways, so I fell in love with this person, had an affair, time framing, not relevant, don't even remember anyways. And then the last time I saw this person, they raped me as well. That's a complete mind fuck. That's a complete mind fuck. And I'm curious, did I ever tell my therapist that? And I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. And the person who did it said, prior to me meeting them, when the last time it happened, that they're not responsible for their actions. Because we had been flirting, right? And I went to give them something back of theirs that I had. And I'm going to speak about this publicly. I don't give a fuck about the person. Like, yeah, I'm not speaking names. So, I mean, association, figure it out. I don't give a fuck. This is my truth. I spent like an hour trying to get out of this person's apartment. And this is different than trauma I had experienced prior, because I had done all the therapy, right? I knew all the right things to do. But it's interesting when being in it, I'm kind of taking myself back to that moment in time and still loving this person, because they ignited something within me that had been lost for a very long time. And that was a lot of my inner children. And this person truly did help me deal with, like, wide open my trauma, all right? Wide open the floodgates, basically. So when I was raped in this person's apartment that I had spent probably a good hour trying to get out of, I wanted to hit this person. I realized in the middle of what was happening that I was in a situation that I didn't want to be in. And I'm not talking about the act of being raped, but it was the act of being pursued, right? On the bed and not wanting to be there, not wanting to have sex with this person, not just being in a situation where I couldn't get out of. And I'm a pretty athletic person. I'm pretty strong. I mean, had I chose to fight, like physically, I'm sure that I would have been okay. But it was that fine line. And I think I just spoke about it in another video of sticking up for yourself. I was truly afraid if I fought back physically, how bad it was going to get. So when this person's ripping me, as I'm clinging onto the wall, this person's ripping me into their bedroom, and I'm literally, seriously clinging onto the door frame to not be let into this bedroom. And then we get into the bedroom, and it's like, I don't want to have sex with this person. And that's not where the rape happened, by the way. Somehow I got out of the bedroom and ended up on the floor in the living room, and that's where it happened. And this person speaking their desire for me and how it's been so long. And it's like, at this point, it's like, what do I do? So flight, fight, or freeze. Well, I fought a little bit, and then I froze. And at the same time, I'm not embarrassed. I don't understand it, but I'm not embarrassed to say I was physically turned on, because I had loved this person. I was attracted to them despite what traumas had played out, and that I was raped by this person the first time when I didn't really want it. So there's this whole psychological whatever about it, and I don't know how I started talking about this, but apparently this is important. I think I started talking about loving people who hurt us. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just follow the thread of this. And I was still married, right? So that's a really big mind fuck that I went through, that I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the timer, as I said, the mind fuck thing. I don't know if I truly ever processed this to the degree in which I'm allowing myself to right now. And it's okay that I'm not crying. It's just, excuse me, my body's processing a lot. That was very traumatic. And this person saying that they're not responsible for their actions. Do you say that? I wonder if you say that still. Do you say that to assuage yourself of guilt for the actions that you are about to take? Because like I said, we had been flirting. But yeah, you are responsible for your actions, motherfucker. You are, and you're responsible for those actions. You're responsible for raping me twice. It doesn't matter how I viewed the relationship. Somebody said no. Yeah. And I wrote this person a letter, by the way. I did. And I sent it to them, and I know that they got it. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I do know it was very empowering. So yes, I did speak to my therapist about this, because I wrote this person a letter, and it was very empowering for me to finally stand up. You sexually assaulted me. And I did say no several times, countless times. So I'm honoring that person, not the person who raped me, but myself, the person I was at that time. I didn't think that would happen. I honestly didn't. Well, you kind of know what you were signing up for. Well, maybe I did know that there might be a sexual encounter, but I also didn't expect to be saying no, and somebody's like literally ripping me off the door frame, trying to get me into their bedroom. And this person used their power emotionally, I think, over me. They used their power physically over me. Never did I think, I think that's where Lisa, just say it. It's okay. It's okay. I didn't think I could be overpowered by somebody in that way. And I could, and I was. And I think it's bringing up some childhood stuff for me right now, because I'm flashing back to when I was a child. There was this neighborhood kid who, I think his name was Rod. I think that was him. Anyways, like, I've been through some trauma, okay? But this kid would get on top of me, and it's like, I think because of my traumas from a younger age than that, it's like, want it but don't want it, want it but don't want it, stick up for yourself but don't stick up for yourself. Like, this is wildly fascinating to unravel. It's the wanting the sexual experience, but not wanting how I'm getting it. And what does a 7-year-old know about sexual experiences? That's as much as I'm going to go into about that. And whether that ties into abuse or self-discovery of masturbation, because I don't know. Kids masturbate, right? I mean, probably, I don't know. I'm not a child psychologist. I don't know children. I'm just assuming. So if I don't know, please don't belittle me. Just educate me, because I don't know. But my guess is that boys have it easier in self-discovery with that than girls, right? Because it's more exposed. The genitalia is more exposed. But for me, masturbation at a young age was like a thing. And I'm curious to know, like, do girls do that, like, at a young age? And what age is young? Like, I'm wondering how did I know that I had something that could make me feel good there? Like, I'm just curious, especially with my trauma. I'm curious how I discovered that. So I just sneezed. I had to pause the video. So there's still parts of me that I'm unraveling, and I will unravel parts of me until my last breath, and then beyond that. I don't honestly know why this video started. I know I literally just got off the tail end of one video, and then all of a sudden, unless I go back and watch it, but I'm not, probably, I don't know. People, behavior, hold on. I honestly, I'm trying to trace back my thoughts. All I can think about is the rape I spoke of from that same person twice. And before that, it was some spiritual whatever, I'm sure, self-discovery. I don't know. So maybe it's a good place to stop, because I'm trying to, like, really grasp at the journey of this life unfolding. I mean, that's what it is. That's what we do, right? That's what I do. I just speak shit, and my God, hopefully this can help one other person, because I know speaking about this and documenting it, I'm just really documenting it for self. But if somebody else can see this and it can be helpful, it's a fucking win-win. And so and this is not an easy subject to speak about, by the way, rape. Yeah, it's not, but it's interesting. That all the people in my life who have hurt me have been people that I've loved, people I've known. So, I mean, this last unfolding should be no surprise, right? I guess I have a natural gift for seeking out people to show. I think that's what the whole video was about, self-love. But I don't know, so I'm gonna try to end it here and just say, if you're struggling with anything, whether that's something as deep and conflicting as rape, my body, maybe that's where I was going, my body. I was ashamed for a long time because I was actually turned on by the rape, in a sense. And I've learned through therapy that your body having a physical reaction is okay. We're sexual beings, right? We are sexual beings. So it's okay that my body felt aroused. And think about it. I mean, if that's truly one of my deeply ingrained traumas, my body's going to be excited by that and respond to it and want it but not want it, right? And it's all about the boundaries of self. So if you're struggling, or if you've had an experience like this, and maybe you're feeling shame and guilt around that, because that is a very shameful, guiltful, feeling to have like feelings of like sexual gratification, or be turned on by somebody who is fucking like attacking you. One second. So to have those sexual desires, I don't know, the response, the body response, that's normal. I think that's normal, but what a fucking mind fuck, right? What a mind fuck. So if that's something that you have experienced, know you're not alone. You are worthy of love and acceptance and compassion and healing, and to not feel ashamed and not to feel guilty about your body and how it reacts. I encourage you, if you have not, to dive into spirituality, okay? Dive into spirituality. But I was going to say therapy. Therapy saved my life on many levels. It's the most scariest, amazing journey that you could go on. I was afraid of myself. As much as I wanted to understand myself, I was afraid of myself. But look at me now. And look at you. You're amazing. Don't ever stop being your amazing self. Mwah.